Silent Hill. Just hearing the name sends a chill down your spine. With its psychological horror, grotesque monsters, and an atmosphere that wraps around you like a suffocating fog, the Silent Hill series has etched itself into the history of survival horror. Today we're diving into the 5 most terrifying moments from this legendary franchise. From grotesque creatures to mind-bending twists, these moments have haunted players for decades. So, turn off the lights, lock the doors, and let's explore the moments that made Silent Hill a nightmare that never lets go.
Me. You. We're all the same.
I'm not like you.
Are you afraid?
In Silent Hill 2, the prison isn't just a creepy location, it's a physical manifestation of James Sunderland's guilt. As he descends deeper into this hellish environment, the sounds of creaking metal and echoing footsteps create a feeling of being trapped in his own mind. Every step feels like he's sinking further into his past, unable to escape the weight of his own actions. Interestingly, the developers of Silent Hill 2 were inspired by Fyodor Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment, a novel about a man consumed by guilt after committing a crime. Just like the protagonist Raskolnikov, James is trapped by his past, and the prison's narrow, suffocating hallways reflect this inner torment. The environment itself becomes a metaphor for James's psychological state. He's not just exploring a physical space, but his own descent into madness. The sounds of the prison, the creaking stairs, and distant echoes are more than just atmospheric. They represent the crushing weight of guilt, an inescapable burden that follows James every step of the way. This moment is terrifying not just because of the setting, but because it shows how deeply his past has consumed him. In the original Silent Hill, one of the most chilling moments happens early on, when Harry Mason steps into an ordinary alley. Without warning, the world begins to twist. The fog thickens, the walls decay, and a suffocating darkness takes over. It's the first time the game truly pulls you into its nightmare. This sudden shift from normalcy to horror is what makes Silent Hill unforgettable. The warped environment and eerie silence leave you questioning reality itself, and the lurking monsters make it clear you're not safe anymore. This moment sets the tone for the entire series, where fear is rooted in the unknown. The nurses in Silent Hill 2 are some of the most iconic and terrifying enemies in the series. With their grotesque, twitching movements and eerie breathing, they're more than just monsters. They're manifestations of James Sunderland's guilt and fractured psyche. Their unsettling design and the suffocating hospital corridors create an atmosphere that makes every encounter unforgettable. The nurses in Silent Hill 2 are some of the most iconic and terrifying enemies in the series. With their grotesque, twitching movements and eerie breathing, they're more than just monsters. They're manifestations of James Sunderland's guilt and fractured psyche. Their unsettling design and the suffocating hospital corridors create an atmosphere that makes every encounter unforgettable. What makes these nurses so horrifying is the psychological weight behind them. They aren't just enemies to fight. They represent James's inner turmoil and his unresolved guilt. Facing them is like confronting the darkest parts of himself. And in Silent Hill, the scariest monsters are always tied to your own fears. Silent Hill 2 is filled with mind-bending terror, but nothing quite compares to the first appearance of Pyramid Head. This towering, grotesque figure with its massive blade isn't just another monster. It's a physical manifestation of James Sunderland's guilt, shame, and inner torment. From the moment you see him, you realize you're about to face something far more horrifying than you ever expected. The first time Pyramid Head appears, you know immediately that he's no ordinary enemy. His slow, deliberate movements, paired with the haunting music and suffocating atmosphere, make every step feel like a threat. You can almost feel the weight of James's guilt bearing down on you as Pyramid Head stalks him, a constant reminder of the darkness he's running from. This is more than a monster chase, it's a confrontation with something far deeper and more terrifying. Before we get to the number 1 spot, let's take a moment to revisit some spine-chilling bonus moments that have haunted players long after the screen fades to black. One of the most unsettling elements of Silent Hill is the radio. When the static starts to distort, you know something horrific is nearby. The distorted radio becomes a warning of the horrors lurking in the fog, and that sense of impending terror never fades. Every time you hear that static, the fear intensifies, reminding you that you're never safe, even when you can't see the monster. It's one of the simplest yet most effective tools to build tension. It's not just the sound, it's the fear of what might be lurking in the darkness. In Silent Hill 3, the Borley Haunted Mansion is a terrifying experience. What seems like a normal house quickly turns into a nightmare with disturbing images and a constant feeling of being watched. The eerie sounds, flickering lights, and grotesque figures lurking in the shadows make this one of the most unsettling moments in the series. The mansion's twisted atmosphere messes with your mind, making it one of the most memorable and chilling moments in Silent Hill 3.
Help! Help! Do you hear those voices? A family of 4 was sliced into bloody pieces in this room. Ah, the cries of the children. The murderer was caught. Do you know why he said he...
Now that we've seen some spine-tingling bonus moments, it's time to reveal the most terrifying moment in Silent Hill. Let's dive into number 1. The most terrifying moment in Silent Hill 2 isn't a monster or a jump scare. It's the emotional gut punch in the final moments. After facing the horrors of Silent Hill, James finally uncovers the truth about his wife, Mary. The devastating revelation is that James himself was responsible for her death, a truth he had repressed due to amnesia. This twist not only shatters James, but it shakes the player to their core, as the entire journey has been a manifestation of his own guilt and grief. The horror in Silent Hill 2 goes beyond grotesque monsters or eerie environments. It's about confronting your own inner demons. The final revelation is personal and painful, showing that James's torment was self-inflicted. The terror here is deeply psychological, and it's one of the most haunting moments in video game history.
Time to end this nightmare.
No! I won't let you! You deserve to die too, James!
And there you have it, the most terrifying moment in Silent Hill. These unforgettable scenes remind us why the series has become a staple in horror gaming. From twisted monsters to psychological terror, Silent Hill continues to haunt players long after the game is over. What's your most terrifying moment from the series? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more horror content. Until next time, stay safe. And always watch out for the fog.
I'm real.